Alright guys, real quick, I got a base video for you. There's a lot of like flack about having like box bases and stuff like that. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to build this crazy elaborate like base to be able to play the game and like be good at it or anything like that. This base took me probably 2 hours, 3 hours to build. If you're someone like me and don't have a lot of time to spend 3 days to build this crazy base or whatever, I'm here to tell you that box bases are okay. You know, I like this skin personally for my base. Some people don't like it, but I do, so whatever. Anyway, we're gonna do this in one take because I don't like editing. So we'll get into the base here. Um, as far as where I am, like on the map, I'm not in DD yet. I can be, but I chose not to be yet. I want to be like full Dura before I go. Anyway, I believe you should be like for your end game or whatever base, you should be like up here, like in the Eastern Shield Wall, all the way up north. Now, why do you do that, right? Well, you can get in your Orny and just like exit the map, and then you get on like the world map or whatever, and you just you can enter from any part of the map. I could show you real quick, I guess. I mean, if you can't understand what the hell I'm talking about. So we'll get up here. And I'm not editing this, sorry. You can skip ahead until I get to the world map, I guess. And I'm not even going to try to talk because I don't know what to say. Oh man. I don't know how to fly, apparently. We're so high up, man, it's crazy. Anyway, so we get to the end of the map, we're to the world map. Oh, there's two players ahead of me. Alright, we let it load. Alright, now, say I wanted to end on the... So I was all the way north when I left. Say I wanted to go all the way south. Well, guess what? You do that, what I just did there, and this works for any part of the map if you're trying to get somewhere else. Let it load. Love loading. Alright, and we are all the way south in like literally 10 seconds. So that's why I'm up there. There's a lot of aluminum where I put my base, and a lot of basalt, and easy access to DD when I do decide to get there and everything. So it really works for like jasmine farms too. I've yet to take my my buggy down all the way to whatever the radiation zone's called. Whatever. But yeah, see, just like that, I'm gonna be like right at my base. Usually I take my Orny to whatever the radiation zone is called, and excuse me, uh, and I'll just fly back to my house, like just how I showed you there. So we're gonna get into the base here. All right, let me take that back. Where's my base? Oh wait, I'm tripping. I gotta fly there first. Duh. See, it's only 400 meters away. Not too bad. Hit the rock, don't hit the rock, don't hit the rock. Alright. And I hit the rock. Anyway, we're getting off track here. So box bases. I like box bases because it is organized and easy, and from a production standpoint, it is good. So for me personally, I built. Alright, if I can take this. Really? Okay. There we go. All right. I built right by Imperial Testing Station number 17. There's some water here if you need. I'm not there anymore. But anyway, let's get into the base. I have a pentashield on every side of the base. So if I'm coming from there, from there, from there, from there, I can enter into this side of the base that I am coming from. Here's all my generators down here on each four corner. I don't have any on that one though. This is where I store my buggy. This is like a garage type deal. Garage storage generator. And I'm sorry it's at night. This is just when I'm recording it. Storage is important. It's important to be organized for me personally. All the bottom stuff is raw materials and components. So ores, chemical, not chemical, but like, building stuff, components, and up top is refined materials and chemical components that come from the chemical stations. Uh, yeah. Say you're coming from a run, you got a bunch of shit in your inventory. Well, you can just quick deposit because it's already there, and you don't have to go in here manually and just like start dragging stuff over. You can also say you're coming from an ore run with your buggy. Alright, there's a drop down menu here. You can just toggle your buggy and just put it in there like that. You don't have to like go to your buggy, take some out, come back, put some in, go back, put some out. It's stupid. So that's how you do that. I want to talk about circuits real quick because this helps me a lot. All my raw material chests are input 2, output 1. I'm not going to explain what that means because there's plenty of guides out there to explain that. But for me, my raw materials are 2 to 1. My components are 1 to 1. My refined materials are 3-1. 3-1. And these chests over here are just like fuel and whatever, health kits and like some gear that you can't salvage. I keep a tight ship. Alright, we're going back to the second floor here. Water is at the start of every floor. I just think that's cool. So we're on the second floor here, and Funcom needs to fix their lighting because that sucks. I got water storages here. I'm at 261, but yeah, we're gonna expand that to larges eventually. Here's the refinery section. I got 4 here, so say I'm coming from a run, I split it 4 ways and I get it done quicker. How do you get the stuff that is refined into the chest downstairs? Well, my circuits are 1 to 3 on all my refineries. I put Solari in all the storage boxes, so it has to go to a chest downstairs. So that's how that works. I do it on all of them. So that's that. Over here, it's all the crafting stations and recyclers and the repair stations. I keep all that in one spot. You don't really use these a lot once you get your gear, but even the recycler, I have Solari in all the storage boxes, so they go to the component chest downstairs, because when you recycle gear and whatever you come from, it turns it into components and stuff. So that goes to the chest downstairs. Yeah, notice there's no chest up here, barely. Over here I have my Fremen Death Stills, which is the best way to get water. Eventually these will be advanced, but I don't play that much. Over here is the body chest. They weigh a lot, so I recommend like you getting it, like you go buggy farming with like body buggy farming. I just so happen to build right here. There's about 4 or 5 people who spawn right out front of this testing station, so I'll take my buggy up there and I'll kill them, and I'll drain their body of blood and put their body in the buggy, and I'll load that up. I'll like go to a camp, like over here or whatever real quick, and I'll get like three more bodies, whatever, three, 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 and then I'll have like freaking 20 bodies in my buggy, and I put it all in here. Uh, so you constantly get some water rolling because mid game to end game, like late mid game to end game, your water is so important. Water's in everything. You need to get your water right. Um, the only downside is they take up a lot of power, uh, but Fremendeth stills are the way of the water. Alright, over here, my chemical factory, station, refineries, also set to 1 to 3 with Solari, and you don't have to use Solari, you could use like ore or whatever you got a lot of. I just use Solari. And that goes to the chest downstairs because it has no place to go to, so it goes to the chest downstairs. I have 3 of these. Eventually, when I get the materials, I'm just now getting into Dura. Uh, I'll make these advanced. They're just better. I have 1 blood purifier. I don't really go blood farming a lot anymore. The Fremen Death stills handle the water for me. Like, I I logged out and I put bodies in the Fremen Death still, and that's 100,000 water. Like while I'm offline, and I log on and I'm full water already, ready to go. Um, yeah, definitely what you want to do if you can. So power, right? You're allowed only a certain amount of building units. I think it's 30 if you haven't expanded anything. Um, so you need to upgrade your power. You can only have so many generators. So this outside section will eventually be all wind turbines. They take oil. They're not that expensive to craft. Um, Pretty much, I think one of these is 2 regular fuel generators. So eventually, if you keep expanding, uh, your your power, uh, you'll have to expand your power as well as you keep expanding. Um, and eventually, I'll get the next 2 tier of wind turbines and stuff. But I'm not to spice yet, really. And eventually, if we're really trying to grow, well, all this around here will be like turbines, I guess. But that's where we're at now. Alright, we'll go to the 3rd floor. And notice all this is right here. It's all sectioned off by what you're doing, you know? Oh, I gotta do some water. Well, it's right here. I gotta craft something. Well, it's over there. I gotta refine something. It's over there and over there, you know? Everything has a section, and I believe that's the way to do it. Now, I'm not optimal by any means, or I'm not like the smartest guy ever, but I feel like I watch a lot of base videos of like these guilds and stuff, and they have this big, huge, elaborate base that is like that took them 3 days to build, and man, that's good for them, you know. If that's what if that's what you enjoy doing in the game, personally, uh, that doesn't like strike my fancy, for lack of a better word. So, uh, I'm all about productivity and being optimal, I guess. And this could be better, obviously. So anyway, 3rd floor. There's nothing here, right? Well, this will be my spice floor and advanced crafting table floor when I do get there. So like a spice refinery, whatever, big ass spice refinery, and all the advanced stations and shit. If you want to put some wind traps in here, wind traps don't have to be outside for them to work, or even the wind turbines, they don't have to be outside to for them to work. You could have them inside. You could put some wind traps up here or whatever. Utilize your space with what you need. There's an outside section here. I don't know. Maybe more turbines one day, or if I really wanted to, You could do like an outside furniture area or whatever. I'm probably not gonna do that, but you know, who knows. Um, Final floor before we have to expand vertically. This is the hangar. I'm not sure, but you could probably fit a carrier in here. Probably. Um, was it 11 blocks wide or something long? 2, 4, 6, 8. Probably not. I don't know. Anyway, you could probably fit some in here. You could fit your ornithopter, a couple ornithopters. Uh, yeah. What else could you do with this? Well, wind traps if you wanted to. Um, turbines, storage, advanced vehicle fabricator if you wanted to. Um, yeah. So that's the base. I mean, for a person who doesn't have a lot of time and doesn't really care about building, you know, me, man, I got OCD. Everything's got to line up and whatnot. So I feel like building would take forever. Wow, you can get up there. Uh, for me. So this is how I do mine. I haven't extended yet. This is the default space of the base. It's like 10 blocks high, 10 blocks long, or whatever it is. I utilized almost all of my space. Um, and eventually, you know, if I do want to like make a guild on this server, we can expand, you know, horizontally and probably vertically too. I'm not sure, but yeah. I feel like this is the optimal like way to do a base if you don't care about like aesthetics and how your base looks. Again, this took me like 2 hours, 3 hours to build. I know a lot of people spend like freaking 50, 40, 60, 70 hours trying to build a base. And man, if that's what you like, go ahead and do that. But I got stuff to do, and yeah. Um, Box bases are cool. That's it. Thanks for watching.